Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight on Wyln News. I'm Gary Perna in for Paula Degnan. Monday evening, the state Supreme Court released their map for the congressional districts in Pennsylvania, but there's still a lot of questions remaining. Here is the new map that the state Supreme Court released last night. It changes not only our districts, but their numbering as well. Our area under the old map was made up of the 5th, 11th, and 17th congressional districts. Under the current map released by the state Supreme Court, it changes it to the 8th, the 9th, and the 12th. Today we spoke with political science professor Dr. Dave Sosar, who said this is far from over.
The time factor here is just way too small. But if you live by this particular map come this primary, you almost have to be bound and determined, I would venture a guess by the courts, to have to live by this at least in this November. But what happens after November, as more challenges to this district map, is really going to be something.
The court's map split Hazel Township in half in the 8th and half in the 9th. Similar to how in the State House it did the same thing between Tara Toohill and Jerry Mullery. After the court declared the current and revamped maps unconstitutional, the Pennsylvania Supreme Court devised a forced redistricting map. But the question is, can they do that?
I've already heard many comments by Republicans that they're going to be challenging this in the federal courts. No, it doesn't say in the Constitution that the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania has the wherewithal to do this. And so that will be part of the question.
Sosar said this could also be sent up the ladder to the United States Supreme Court. They are already hearing a similar case with Virginia, Wisconsin, and North Carolina.
Can they attach Pennsylvania to this? I have no idea. Okay, I'm not a lawyer, I don't purport to be. But the problem is, what will they suggest about Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania does have partisan effects shown in, but it's shown in all of the maps. The Democrats gain in this map much more than do the Republicans. So, and it was a Democratic state Supreme Court.
The 8th district is made up of all of Lackawanna, Monroe, Pike, and Wayne counties and parts of Luzerne County, which include Wilkes-Barre, Hazleton, and one half of Hazel Township, along with Butler Township. The 9th district has all of Schuylkill, Carbon, and Lebanon counties, and part of Columbia, Montour, Northumberland counties, and part of Luzerne County, which includes Cunningham, Sugarloaf, the other half of Hazel Township, Black Creek Township, Dorrance, and Slocum Township, among others. Sosar said this is also making it very hard for candidates.
Because running for Congress requires not only an awful lot of money, but it also requires a lot of support. Support that candidates have been rushing on out for the past year, actually, and going on out to meet committee in not just a county, but it might be Northumberland County that you would need to go and see. It may be the Republican committee, for example, in the old 10th Congressional District. But it's also the particular individuals. It's also the particular groups. I went to speak to the Rotary. I went to speak to Kiwanis. I went to speak to, and I'm asking for their support. I'm asking for their help. I have created for myself a network of individuals who are going to be working to help me get elected. All that breaks apart now. All that breaks apart.
Again, it is still anyone's guess of what will happen, if challenges will be made, and finally what map will be the one we will be using. A Sugarloaf Township woman was released on bail yesterday after she tried to buy a firearm using false information. 39-year-old Jennifer DeFleury tried to buy a gun on January 27th of 2017 in Butler Township. She allegedly provided false information on the federal firearms form and was denied the purchase of the gun from the gun shop. Charges were filed against her last month. She faces material false witness statement and statement under perjury. A man from Wilkes-Barre pled guilty on Friday to delivering illegal drugs in Luzerne County in 2014. 46-year-old Charles Davis III admitted that he transported a drug ringleader to more than 600 drug deals. He also said that he sold the equivalent of 4,000 to 16,000 bags of heroin between February and November of 2014. He previously pled guilty in the case and was sentenced to 14 years in prison. His new sentencing date is set for May 21st. A Barnesville man was taken into custody for drug possession after a routine traffic stop in Mahanoy Township. Police conducted the stop in the 800 block of East Mahanoy Avenue and found 21-year-old Wright Baker to be in possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. He was also charged with several other traffic violations after that stop. A Gilberton man faces charges for allegedly driving under the influence of heroin. 23-year-old Vincent Bloss was arrested on a bench warrant from Schuylkill County Court after he was pulled over by Mahanoy City Police around 9 p.m. on Sunday. He was taken for a blood test after police found him to be in possession of drug paraphernalia. He is currently locked up at the Schuylkill County Prison on a bench warrant. Additional charges have also been filed against him. Police in McAdoo are asking for your help in identifying the individuals who were involved in a counterfeiting incident. If you recognize the individual in these photos, you're being asked to contact the McAdoo Borough Police at 570-929-2590. All calls will remain confidential. The incident happened at the Fagley's Mini Mart at around 3:09 in the borough of McAdoo. Well, coming up on Wyln News, how a number of communities in our area are combating blight. Plus, we have a recall that contains dog food. But first, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast here on Wyln News. Wednesday, we could see partly cloudy skies, a high of 78, a low of 50 degrees. I think we're going to hit a high on Wednesday. Thursday, showers will be in our area, a high of 53, low of 41 overnight. And Friday morning showers, a high of 51, low of 49. And for Saturday, see some showers. Hopefully it'll be good weather for the telethon. We'll be right back.
Chur's Auto Sales has been serving the area with quality vehicles since 1954. Chur's Auto Sales is known as your friendly dealer and now in their 4th generation and voted the best used car dealer by the readers of Standard Speaker Choice Awards. John Chur would like to thank everyone that voted for his business. When you need a quality pre-owned vehicle, choose from a large selection at Chur's 570-454-7229.
E&R Cycle, located on South Route 309, is now your Textron Off-Road side-by-side ATV dealer. Textron Off-Road is proud of their past and driven by the future to give you the best off-road ATV with power and performance. You can build and price your vehicle. Choose from the basic Stampede to Stampede 4X or the side-by-side Wildcat Trail to the Sport or LTD model. No matter which one you choose, you'll have an ATV that will get the job done. Stop in or call E&R Cycle at 570-455-7430.
Next question.
What makes you think that you're tough enough to be governor?
Well, I completed Army Ranger training and I served as a paratrooper in the 82nd Airborne Division.
But any experience creating jobs?
For over 25 years, I worked with America's most respected companies on growth and creating opportunities.
But what qualifications could you possibly have preparing for all the fighting, arguing, and bickering in Harrisburg?
Well, my wife Dawn and I raised 5 children.
Paul Mango, he's ready to serve.
2 communities in Schuylkill County and 1 community in Carbon County are trying to fight blighted properties. Wyln's Julia Wiegand has the details.
McAdoo, Klein, and Banks townships are cleaning up the south side one step at a time. Right now, the McAdoo Police Department and Code Enforcement are working hand in hand to weed out blighted properties. These properties are more than just tattered buildings. Some are allegedly used for drug activity.
And that's one of my main focuses that I'm working on, is to get rid of those drugs, get rid of those blighted properties, the tattered buildings as well.
Since taking office in January, Wachro presented to Council the idea of building a team of personnel.
Council have a few people that are interested in getting involved in fighting this blight issue, and as well as myself. People have beautiful homes in McAdoo, and who wants to live next to something that isn't just as beautiful or well maintained? And it's our job as community leaders to take control and to show leadership and clean up the town.
Safety is a concern as well. Roofs that are blowing in the wind can severely injure or lead to the death of an individual walking or driving by the property.
I welcome all calls, just as council does as well. We're really working as a great team. Everybody on council, everybody's open to it. And the great thing is that we all have the same vision, and that vision is to clean McAdoo up.
Banks Township, being such a small government, has a more difficult time. A blight property ordinance isn't even in place.
We operate off the 2013 Pennsylvania Maintenance Code, Property Maintenance Code, which says properties that are abandoned, the first floors have to be boarded up. So we've done that, but that's all we can do. So it's a very difficult thing. We do the best we can with limited resources.
The blight property with the most calls from the township housed a family of 34 cats, but has since been alleviated. Blighted properties, inhabited and not, are just run over with garbage. A trailer at one point took 3 years to get rid of after going through magistrate and fines. The process is long, drawn out, and very expensive.
The initial thing is letters. We follow up, I think it's 20 days they have to respond. If they don't, then they get another letter. And then if they don't respond, which most of them don't, then a trip to the magistrate. And that usually has some effect. The problem now we have is abandoned cars. And we were denied the ORI, it's called, to be able to tag them and then tow them. But we also have some maintenance problems too as well. So there's some properties that just have to be cleaned up, and our New Year's resolution is to go after them, to clean up the township as best we can.
Klein Township is contacting blighted property owners to make repairs to ensure safety as well. 3 properties sold last year were cleaned up after owners dodged paying property tax. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julia Wiegand.
If you own a dog and you might want to check their food after a recall from J.M. Smucker's company. According to the FDA, low levels of pentobarbital have been found in cans of Gravy Train. The drug is used to euthanize animals. J.M. Smucker is also recalling Kibbles and Bits, Skippy, and Olroy. Pets that come in contact with this may experience dizziness, drowsiness, nausea, and loss of balance. Customers who purchase the product should discard any unused portions and contact J.M. Smucker's company at 1-800-828-9980. Coming up on Jeansville's News Choice and Community and You, we talk with an organizer from the renal race in Wilkes-Barre. But first, let's take a look at today's winning midday lottery numbers. Good luck if you played, everyone. Stay with us.
Physical Therapy and Balance Centers. It's spelled different because we are different. Physical is unlike any therapy center you've been to before. If you're tired of living in pain, if you want to move better, overcome an injury or balance disorder, or you just want to improve your strength and conditioning, our highly skilled team of medical experts will help you get back to living the life you enjoy. New mentality, new body, new life. Get physical.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
This is what it can feel like when you outgrow your internet speed. Chances are you have more internet-connected devices in your home than you did a year ago. Switch to Service Electric Cablevision Internet for the right fit for all your devices. SECV delivers the speed and reliability you need with no contract required. Call 877-955-SECV or visit secv.com/internet.
Welcome to Community and You. I'm Paula Degnan. I can't believe, Erin, what is this? Year what?
Year 7.
Year 7 of the renal race that takes place in downtown Wilkes-Barre. This lady, Erin Rebo-Pico, is the woman who brought the whole thing together and is still in charge of everything.
We're working on it. I brought the race to life. My husband brought the cancer.
Give us the background on that.
In 2010, my husband was diagnosed with kidney cancer. It's kind of a tricky one because there's no chemo or radiation that works for it. He does PET scans, cancer detection scans, for a living. PET scans don't detect kidney cancer either.
Oh.
So, you know, there's some tricky stuff that falls with kidney cancer. After he was diagnosed, he went about a year just doing a clinical trial and following up with doctors at Sloan Kettering in New York. And we ended up finding out that it came back. And at that point, our son was, you know, about 18 months old. And I just thought, this can't be all it is. This can't be. And I remember like reaching out to other organizations and asking for help and thinking like, nobody has any information for me and I'm getting more information on Google, like the one thing you're not supposed to do. Yeah. So I just took it upon myself to say, okay, let's just have a race. And we made a joke that we'd walk around Public Square in Wilkes-Barre 3 times and then get pulled over. And
the cruising signs, absolutely.
And my husband said, I don't want to be the spokesperson for kidney cancer. I don't want to do this. And I said, it's not about you though. Like, it's not going to be the Frank race. It's going to be the renal race. He actually came up with the name. So
oh, good.
He did. So
I didn't know that.
He did. And so I just thought we needed to do something that was better for the community and better for him. And I never wanted our son to think we didn't try everything we could try.
How was he diagnosed? Because you said it's such a difficult thing to diagnose.
It is. And I think a lot of people go a long time without realizing what it is. And it's typically a cancer for men in their 60s. And at the time he was 37. So he was having symptoms of what he thought were kidney stones, lower back pain, blood in the urine, and kidney stones run in his family. So it wasn't anything like that they would really be concerned about. He went for an x-ray. They didn't see anything on the x-ray because there wasn't anything there to see. And they said it was probably just a floating stone. So wait it out and see what happens. I can tell the story now because the company that he worked for is no longer open. But at the time when he was doing scans, he scanned himself. He laid on a table, he scanned himself. He said, I just need to know where it is. It was New Year's Eve of 2010. And he said, I just need to know where it is. It's dead in here, like no one has to know. Just, I'm gonna lay on the scan and tell me if you see it. And when he got off the scanner, the tech that he worked with said, I think you need to talk to the radiologist. So like he immediately knew something was wrong. And the radiologist saw it and he said, you have a tumor the size of a football. You need to go to the emergency room right now.
Wow.
So he came home from work and, you know, he walked in the back door, which he never comes in that way. And I was in the kitchen and normally I wouldn't have been there at that time. And I looked at him and he was just totally white. And I said, what's the matter? He said, we have to go to the emergency room. And at that age you think, oh, it's gotta be my parents or something like that. And he said, they found a tumor. And I was just like, well.
Who?
Yeah.
Where?
What do you mean? And he's like, in my stomach. Like on my kidney. And I was like, what? And like, no, we just kind of like stood there and I'm like, okay, well, you know, let's go get it figured out. And because I didn't know what to do or what to say. And we went to the ER and they basically said, well, there's an 85% chance it's cancer. And I said, okay, well, that's a 15% chance it's not. So let's just see what happens.
That has to be one of the biggest things about Erin, is that in every year that she's been doing this, it was never, as you said, it was never something that there was a plan.
Nope.
It was, we're just going to pick this up and we're going to run with it. And if anybody can do that, it's you.
Well, I appreciate it.
Oh.
I have lots and lots and lots of help. People have to believe in it, and I find more and more over time, I have to tell people I'm not a nurse, I'm just a hairdresser with a cause, because people are like, well, you know, how did you know, and what do you do, and who do you see, and who do I talk to, and I love being able to give people advice and, you know, tell people about different doctors to see, and, you know, overall give people money, because at this point we've raised about $150,000 that we've been able to donate locally.
You have a Facebook page, you have a website, and when is this year's renal race?
This year's race is Sunday, March 11th. It's right before the Wilkes-Barre-St. Patrick's Day Parade. So it's fun because it's become this thing now where everybody looks forward to it and they know it's coming before the parade. So every year I think, like, are we going to do this race again? Can we handle all this again? And that's when I start getting all the messages, like around Thanksgiving. You guys are doing the race again, right? Can I help with anything with the race? And it's like, I know that we have to continue to do it. It's tiring and it's a lot of work, but people rely on it. And it's not just for the racing aspect of it. Every year there's a new family that was affected by it that gets involved.
And you better, before you get in big trouble, you better say hi to Jackson.
I know. Hi, Jax.
He was going to come today, but he was otherwise engaged. So once again, give us the where, the when, and how somebody can get in touch with you.
The Renal Race 7, which will be held on St. Patrick's Day Parade weekend in Wilkes-Barre, March 11th. The race starts at 10. Registration opens at 8 o'clock at Genetti's in Wilkes-Barre. You can get me on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter. It's just the Renal Race. You can find us anywhere. You can email us. You can go to runsignup.com, and that will give you all the stuff to sign up for the race, or you can sign up that day. There's prizes and shirts and all kinds of fun stuff, Tux and Champ and vendors and food
Aaron,
and
Aaron.
and me. And everything's free outside of paying for your registration or walk.
And even though it has nothing to do with him, Frank, you go, guy. Thank you.
Thank you so
much. Always a pleasure, and it just amazes me how you just keep going right along.
We're trying. We're going to do it. It's still kicking.
One of these days, they're going to kick it, and they're going to kick off the renal race. Don't forget, it's right before the St. Patrick's Day Parade in Wilkes-Barre. We have the information up there on our screen, and we hope Erin will be back again with us with wonderful news the next time we interview her on Community and You.
We're here. We're here to fight this. We're here with board-certified oncologists. We're here with access to genetic counseling, clinical trials, and the most advanced treatment options. We're here with the strength of the region's leading health network. And now we're here in Hazleton, the new LVHN Cancer Center. We're here for you.
You've seen university advertising. A student like me pitching you the same old ideas. But I'm not gonna do that.
Instead, I'm gonna tell you what you can do with a Penn State degree. You can help anyone. Go anywhere. Create! And with 20 campuses to choose from, you'll always feel at home.
Look, Penn State is amazing, but your best years are just beginning. Come find out for yourself.
For creative cuisine and handcrafted cocktails, visit Four Blooms in Drums.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to watch archived shows and a live stream of our broadcast shows. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. WYLN, we're your local network.
Patients who are currently undergoing treatment for cancer are invited to sign up for the American Cancer Society's Look Good, Feel Better program. The program teaches women how to manage their side effects of cancer treatment. Patients will get helpful beauty tips and hints. The sessions will be held on Monday, March 5th from 12 noon till 2 p.m. at the Cancer Treatment Center on East Broad Street in Hazleton, and on Monday, March 19th from 4 until 6 p.m. at the Geisinger Center in Hazleton on East Broad Street. To register, you can call the American Cancer Society at 1-800-227-2345, 5 business days prior to those events. Well, in just a few days, on Saturday, the 40th Annual American Cancer Society Telethon will be held right here at the WYLN studios from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. This year's theme is 40 years of giving so many can go on living. The day will feature music and entertainment, WYLN personalities, bake sales, turkey trays, and a free health fair. The public is encouraged to stop by and take part in this very important event. It's going to be raining on Saturday, so it's a good day to head inside the studios here or watch from home. The phone banks will be open so viewers can make a pledge. WYLN TV will be broadcasting live all day, so if you are at home, you can watch it, but please try to stop in to see this great event and make sure you watch all the coverage on TV. We have a lot of great local talent lined up just for you. To make a donation, you can dial that all-important phone number 570-459-1212 beginning at 11 a.m. on Saturday, February 24th, right around the corner. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN News.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
ETA Benefits is a full-service independent insurance agency and employee benefits advisory firm, proud to serve Northeastern and Central Pennsylvania since 1999. Call 570-669-5050 or go online to etabenefits.com. Watch Off the Beaten Path on WYLN TV 35 and discover the Pennsylvania you never knew existed. Weather on WYLN TV 35 is brought to you by Damn User for Congress.